you doing? It's your boy Brogi Naric, back again with another review. Got my man, Crispy Man here with me, and we're going to be talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, giving our thoughts, our spoiler thoughts, and yeah, that's what we're doing in this one. But before we get into it, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, so Crispy, I'm going to let you start this one off. Non-spoiler thoughts. What did you think of the series?
I like it. It's better than WandaVision.
I agree. I liked it more than WandaVision.
And I liked WandaVision.
Same.
But I was looking forward to this one to begin with, and I wasn't disappointed. I don't know how you feel or most people feel about it as of yet, but I loved it. I mean, I think it's good from beginning to end. There are things here and there that aren't exactly fleshed out that I'd rather they condense some stuff, but
okay.
Otherwise, I think it's a good film or series.
Yeah, series. Yeah,
it would make for a great film.
It would make a good film. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I liked it more than WandaVision because WandaVision was like one of the ones I was not excited for when they first announced it, and I was like pleasantly surprised watching it. But this was the one that I was most anticipated for, and it met most of my expectations. They did a couple of things better than I was expecting. Mainly the stuff with Isaiah Bradley. I thought they handled that fairly well. Then other things about it were kind of weak. Mainly the villains as a whole, I thought were the weakest element. The Carlin, the Flag Smashers. But the other stuff, like the other character development with Sam and Bucky and John Walker and Zemo, that shit elevated it and kept it like great. Like all of that stuff was really good. So it worked out for me. The budget alone, like especially that first episode when they were just showing that they are not fucking around, like the amount of action and budget, I was just like, whoa. Cause, we're used to the Netflix shows on the shoestring budget, and then Disney comes in and they like, we got like a half a movie budget here. Yeah, let's throw it in this fucking this fucking streaming show, and I appreciate that. I really do. So
yeah, it shows.
Yeah, so that was some of the positives, and certain story elements I think were stronger or could have been stronger because I know there was talks that they had to change some story elements, specifically with the Flag Smasher stuff because of viruses and COVID and all of that. So
yeah, there was a whole virus plot line that they kind of cut out of it.
Yeah, it was a little too close to home. I kind of wish they would have kept it, but then again, Disney don't need those type of problems. So, they was like, I will just cut it. So, what would you, so we're still talking non-spoilers, but what would you give it as a grade?
I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's damn near close. I'd give it about an 8 out of 10.
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
I loved it. I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
I mean, I think the best Marvel movies, generally speaking, not necessarily my favorite always, but
say it. Go ahead and say it.
The best ones are the Captain America films.
That trilogy is fire. That trilogy is the best fire.
Right. It's the best trilogy that Marvel has.
Yeah.
And I think these two characters coming off of it are just as good in this as they are in those films. So
yeah, I agree. Initially after watching the finale, I was like, I fucking love this. A+, 10 out of 10. But then I really had to think back on the certain things that I didn't like. I had to knock some points off. But yeah, I agree. I'm at an 8 out of 10. Or like a B+. Like that's where I'm sitting with it. So yeah, I was surprised we both kind of came to the same conclusion. But still more satisfied with this than I was with WandaVision, because WandaVision, it kind of dragged a little bit. Then it was going somewhere. Then it kind of was like, nah, we're just gonna sit right here. And there's certain parts of this where I thought it was gonna go a little further, but then it kind of kept it at a certain level.
Right. There are a few parts in this as well as in WandaVision where it seems like it's going one way, or they're introducing a plot line and then just kind of drops. It never gets brought back up, or there isn't a satisfying conclusion to it.
Yeah.
But that could also be attributed to setting up for a season 2.
Or a movie, which I'm glad they didn't waste any time. They were like, "Hey, we're doing Captain America 4 with with Anthony Mackie." I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Because I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting maybe like whenever they do the next Avengers movie in the next 7 or 10 years, that's when we'll see him again, type of shit.
Yeah, he'll show up then.
Yeah, but the fact that they're like, "No, we're doing a Captain America 4," I was like, "That's awesome."
They know where the money's at.
Yeah, that's true.
Disney's smart. They're good with.
Yeah,
they're good with this stuff.
They're like, well, shit, we lost Chadwick, so let's do this.
Shit.
Like low key, they're like, fuck it, let's do this one. That's fucked up. But yeah, okay, so let's get into spoilers. Let's start with Wyatt Russell. Because he pissed a lot of people off.
He pissed a lot of people off, and I think unnecessarily.
Yeah, you're right. Unnecessarily.
I really don't get fan backlash like that. I don't understand it.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
He's intentionally written to not be Steve Rogers.
Yeah,
and kind of a what would you say, like showboating, or he thinks he's bigger than he is?
Yeah, he's definitely a little overconfident.
Knocked on his ass.
Yes.
Right.
But that was the thing, that he wasn't that bad until like was it episode 5 when he actually finally snapped? Like people was hating on him like as soon as the end of episode 1 when he popped up. I'm like, he didn't do anything. He's just doing his job. Like literally, he's just doing his job. He's literally like, look, I'm Captain America. Like, respect me.
They hired me.
They hired me
to be Captain America.
Exactly. I'm just doing my job. And people are just like, fuck you. And he was a little cocky, but he wasn't too terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Especially compared to like some of the versions in the comics where he's just like the fucking worst. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Where he's the Guy Gardner of Captain America.
Yeah, he's very how would I say? He's very Fox News heavy, which I was wondering whether they're gonna go that route, but they skirted past it, which I think was the smarter decision, because people were already upset because Black Captain America, so it was like, we don't need those problems. Let's just go this way. But Wyatt Russell was awesome. He was really good.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, shame that people just lost their fucking minds. I was surprised that we actually got what's his name, Battlestar in this with Lamar Hopkins' character, and they killed him a lot sooner than I thought he was gonna die. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but it's only what, 8 episodes?
6. So yeah,
6. So
they had to get to it at some point.
Right, exactly. So 6 episodes. I was like, there's not much time he can live.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Actually, I'm not surprised they killed him. From the second he popped up on screen, he's like, "Hey, I'm your best friend." Like,
yeah, something bad's happening to you, bro. I mean, bro.
Yeah.
When they showed up on the truck, and John's got a shield, and this asshole's just there with his fist. I was like, "Oh no, this ain't gonna work."
I'm like, "Oh, he dead."
This motherfucker, the bulletproof vest, ain't got a gun or nothing. He just there and fighting. I'm like, this ain't gonna work. Oh man. Okay, so let's talk about Bucky. Sebastian Stan, man, he did a really good job.
He did a great job. I think they gave him a lot more opportunities.
Oh wait, go ahead.
I think they gave him a lot more opportunities to actually flex his acting muscles a bit. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of the other films, he's quiet and stoic and just sad and mopey looking.
Yeah. We get some of that in this too.
We get a bit of that, but the beginning of episode 4 episode 4.
Is that the one where he's in Wakanda? I think it's 4.
3 or 4. It's either 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's 4.
Yep. That's a great scene.
That's a really good scene. I like how, where it's like he's been struggling with this for a while, and he's like at the last stage of breaking his brainwash, and I like that. They that's one of the positives of these Disney Plus shows. It's like those minor characters are getting more time to flesh themselves out, and I think they did a great job with him, especially. I like that little friendship between him and Ao. That was cool, and of course the stuff with him and Zemo, his tension with Zemo, and does he want to kill this guy, but he's trying to turn a new leaf type of thing. So he's like, fuck, I can't kill this guy, and all of that.
Right. That scene at the statue would be a lot better if they didn't spoil the bullets in the hand.
Oh, they did?
In the trailers.
Oh, see, I didn't. They did drop a second trailer. Once they dropped that first trailer, that's the last trailer I'm watching. They did.
I think it was in the first trailer.
Was it? Okay, maybe I forgot.
I was in the only trailer I ever watched for it.
Oh, okay.
Whether I watched the first one or the second one, I don't know.
All right. Yeah, that does suck then. But yeah, he was good. I liked they do a better job, because I know a lot of people are like, well, why didn't Steve give the shield to Bucky? Because he did it in the comics. I'm like, this version of Bucky doesn't want that shit. Did y'all not watch the other movies? He is a goddamn terrorist who killed the king of Wakanda and Tony Stark's parents. That guy's not going to be Captain America. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
But they will let him walk around in public and save people still.
Yeah, occasionally. You're right. He's on a pardon.
Right.
He can't kill people. Like, that guy can't be Captain America. That's not who you hire for Captain America. Anyway. But, and I like how they kind of further explained that. Although that was cool when they fought John and they showed him with the shield for like a hot second, and he was just like, no, Sam, this is yours. Right. Like, take this.
Right. But yeah, just dumped it. He was like,
he's like, no,
I don't want it.
I don't need this. He'll probably get it in another 8 years or so. Who knows? But
yeah, when they inevitably kill Sam in the films too.
When they kill Sam, yeah, right. Because Anthony Mackie will be too expensive, and others let him go. Yeah. So Anthony Mackie, the lead of the show, really good. I thought he did a really good job.
It's fantastic.
I like him as an actor, and I like he got to flex his dramatic muscles. There was some funny things people did kind of point it out, and looking back, it's kind of fucked up. But Sam sucks at fighting. Like, he's not the greatest fighter.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, if he's in the sky, he's good, but like if he's on the ground, it's a little tough for him.
He's at a disadvantage.
He's at a disadvantage. I was like, oh damn, because they was pointing that out in the last episode. He was fighting
Batroc.
Batroc again, and I was like, oh yeah, you're right. He's not really connecting with some of these things.
He's mostly just getting thrown into chairs
for a
couple minutes.
Right.
Like, dude, don't you have like these adamantium wings? Just give him a little poke.
Yeah, give him a poke. Get the guns out. I guess
vibranium, adamantium doesn't exist in this universe.
Not yet. Not until Wolverine pops up, and then it'll be all over the place. But
no, I guarantee they'll just write it in. He's got vibranium on his bones.
God, I hope they don't do that. Kevin Feige wouldn't let them do no shit like that. He wouldn't.
Maybe.
He wouldn't.
Depends on how they integrate them, though. If they're from a different universe, then maybe adamantium, or they'll do like the Thor thing, where it's like, science and magic. They're one and the same. Like vibranium and adamantium, they're one and the same where I come from.
Yeah. Well, from where we know it, that's Oh Jesus.
Adamantium's the technical term for it. Vibranium is just what other people call it.
Oh God. And Wolverine cracks his claws together and makes a sound wave. Oh God. No.
There's Wonder Woman.
Yeah. I don't want that.
Disintegrates the guy.
Yeah, I don't want that shit. God damn it. Oh, shit. I can totally see that happening now. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
What we talking? So Sam. Yeah. Anthony Mackie was dope. I like the stuff with him and his sister Sarah. I was a little worried about that, but that didn't overstay its welcome too much, and I liked, especially the moments when he was doing that montage to really try to be Cap, and he's like hanging with his nephews, and they're all excited and all of that. That was nice. That was nice stuff. I like that. And
yeah, I like that because generally speaking, in a movie or a show, if they're going to introduce a character's family when you haven't met them before, they're just going to be used as collateral.
Yeah.
There's something to kill or there's something to threaten, and at only one point did they get threatened by Carly, and his sister was kind of like, "All right."
Yeah, his sister was like, "Bitch, I ain't scared of you." Like, the fuck.
And that was it.
Yeah, that was about it.
It never came up as like an actual threat. It was just getting to know Sam's background, because before that, all we knew is that he had an apartment in DC.
Yeah, and he was in the Air Force. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely
Maybe
true.
he mentioned he had a sister once.
Maybe. I didn't think he was from New Orleans. That was kind of a surprise when they was like, "Oh, he's from New Orleans." I'm like, really? I didn't know that.
Like, all right.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, okay.
Is that comic accurate?
Nah, I think he was from like Detroit in the comics initially. Most black superheroes were from Detroit in the comics back in the 70s. I don't know why, but that's just what it was. Green Lantern was from Detroit. Fucking was Black Lightning? No, he wasn't from Detroit. He was from Metropolis, but he might have.
Is that just comic book companies being like, Detroit is like Black New York?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, at least it was at that point. Yeah, you're right. But no, the stuff with him and Isaiah. That moment, I was just rewatching it when he met Isaiah that first time. I liked how they brought him into the MCU. Carl Lumbly played him, which I thought was really good. Now, initially, I was upset because in the comics, Isaiah is like way more injured as a result.
He's like mentally not.
Yeah, he's almost kind of like
Lenny.
Lenny
from Of Mice and Men.
Okay, I was gonna say more like Muhammad Ali in the later years with the Parkinson's.
Sure.
Yeah, it's kind of more like that where his nerves don't work as well. And they kind of hint to it a little bit, but he's much more impaired in the books. And at first I was like, they kind of nerfed it. But by him being able to still be somewhat mobile, we can have those moments where he's just like, fuck this country. He's just like, I had the shield. I was a hero. I saved lives, and they threw my black ass in jail. I was like, oh, wow, okay. I didn't realize he was going in that route, but okay.
I was like, I wonder what shield he did have, because Cap was frozen with the round shield.
Yeah, he would have had like his own made up.
I'm just curious. I wish they had done like, and I guess I'm maybe glad that they didn't, but I would have loved to see some sort of flashback to him, because he is actually a younger actor in older makeup.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought that was the whole idea behind that, was that they could use the same actor to show him in two different time periods.
I mean, he's still an older guy, but you know.
Sure, but he's not as old as the makeup that they put on him to look old.
That is true. I'll give you that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to get a flashback in Cap 4, maybe.
Maybe.
I feel like that's where we might get a flashback. And it was also cool to see his grandson there, who later becomes...
Elijah?
Yeah, Elijah Bradley, who later becomes Patriot in the Young Avengers. So they're definitely planting the seeds for Young Avengers. I don't know if that's going to be a show or a series, but...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, they're definitely...
I would say Young Avengers was like the first Marvel comic, like when I got back into reading like American comics, that I picked up and I was like, oh, this is fucking good.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I never got around to reading it.
And I was gonna say, I get the feeling like maybe I said this last time we talked about a Marvel film, but Ant-Man 4 or 2, 3, Quantumanium.
Yeah, Ant-Man 3,
because that's King the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Which King is a member of the Young Avengers. He's Iron Lad, right? I wonder if they're setting that up, because I know they're also introducing Riri Williams.
Yeah, and they got the kid from Iron Man 3 as well. So,
right?
Who knows? But yeah, the Isaiah Bradley stuff really. That was like the emotional stuff that really got to me, because there was some good lines with him. I'm looking through my notes. What was the line he said that really kind of surprised the hell out of me that they had in the show?
No self-respecting black man would ever carry that.
Yeah, they would never let a black man be Captain America, and even if they did, no self-respecting black man would ever want to be. I was like, whoa, damn, okay, we going there. Like, oh, fuck, because I get where he's coming from. And I also get where Sam is kind of like, but I kind of want to change it a little, or at least attempt to change it.
I want to prove everyone wrong.
Right. I get. Yeah. It was because both. I definitely see both sides. I'm an old. I'm an old contiguous black man as well, so I agree where Isaiah is coming from. But yeah, that was like, oh wow, that really kind of shocked me when they went that far with it. And then like to further go, when Sam and Bucky were kind of training with the shield, and even Bucky kind of admits like, yo, like Steve, like me and Steve, we didn't quite realize how crazy this would be to give a black man this shield. You know, we were kind of sorry about that, dude. You know, it's like, I was
like, they were like, we didn't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, right. Like we missed a good like 80 years. We didn't realize shit got that crazy. Like my bad. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I was like, I thought they handled most of that stuff really well and way more nuanced than I was expecting them to. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And they didn't pull any punches with anything.
No.
Because they could have played it safe and just never talked about it.
Yeah. They could have played it safe. They could have played it safe by just doing the one time he met Isaiah and then that awkward moment when the police pulled up on him, and they could have just left it at that. But the fact that they went a little bit further with it, I was like, oh wow, like the stuff with the loan. There was that moment when Carly called Sarah and she was like, how do you feel about, I think she was like, but how do you feel about the new Captain America? And she's like, America doesn't give a fuck about what I think, so why do I care about the mascot? Something like that. I was like, oh, that's like, oh shit.
Right.
Okay. I was like, yeah, I agree. It's like, I don't fucking know that man. Like, let him do his job. I don't give a shit. But yeah, that was all interesting stuff. But let's hop into Daniel Bruhl as Zemo. What the fuck, Disney? Like, it's weird that Disney is somehow making me like a Nazi. That's just weird.
Yeah.
That is weird, right?
I guess in the context of this series, though, he's not.
Yeah, he's not a Nazi in this version, but in the comics, he's a Nazi. But I was just like, it's just weird. That's like, oh wow, they took this problematic character and like changed him to something else and made him like a bit more interesting, silly. I guess. Yeah.
Kind of silly.
Kind of. Yeah. A little bit.
If you're going directly from Civil War to this, you'd be like, man, that's a 180.
He's definitely they smoothed his edges a bit. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, absolutely right about that. But he was great. Daniel Bruhl was awesome. I've liked this character, this actor since I saw him in Inglourious Basterds, where he does play a Nazi. But but he's fucking awesome. And I liked how they revealed that he is a baron. He's got money. He had the more comic accurate outfit, with the fur, and he wore the mask for a little bit.
He wore the mask so they could put that in the trailer.
Yes. You got to get it in somehow, and it works. Right. It works. It was less ridiculous than the comic where he like glues it to his face because he's an idiot. Because that's what his father, I think, did.
His father got it burned to his face. I think, and then he was like, well, I have to know my father's plight. Yeah. So I'm going to glue it to my face.
Yeah. Just dumb. But anyway, he was awesome. I love how he was. I like that he is a villain who is about what he says. Because there were those moments where I was like, are they going to change his character? Like that moment when Carly was running away and she dropped the serums and he picks it up. I'm like, is he going to turn or is he going to stick with it? And he just starts stomping them. I'm like, yes, stick with it. And like the whole thing where he's like, oh, she's a supremacist and supremacists need to be stopped. And then they kind of flip it on him. They say, well, you're also in a way a supremacist. You want to stop all of them. So what's the difference? The nuances on the dualities and stuff. I like that.
He's like, well, you guys are trying to stop me. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I liked how I love the whole Dora Milaje. I kind of like. I should have seen that coming when it ended with Ayo popping up on them, and I'm like, oh, duh, of course they're after him because he killed their king. And
Yeah, exactly.
and I like they're like, look, you got 8 hours, and then we taking them in.
We're coming back.
Yeah, we're coming back. I get why they didn't kill him, because Cinematic Universe, we wanted to see him come back, type of thing.
I'm surprised though that the Dora Milaje took him to the raft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised they didn't take him to Wakanda and just fucking ended his life. But it's like,
I mean, I'm just surprised they didn't take him back to Wakanda in general. You're like, oh, you're a prisoner here now.
Yeah,
you get to live out in this field full of rhinos.
Yeah, he live on the outskirts of the hut that we throw all the white people who they live in huts. A friend of mine, my boy Tim, pointed that out years ago. He's like, wait a second, so they took in Bucky to live in Wakanda, but he's living in a hut. I was like, oh shit, that's right. Like, you come to Wakanda when you stay in a hut. I was like, that's fucking funny.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so yeah, that was interesting that they didn't kill him. But I love, one of the best moments is when they pull up on them and they're about to arrest them, and then fucking John and Lamar pull up, and then they get into that fight where he's like, "Hey, I'm Captain America," and they're just like,
"Yeah,
don't give a fuck.
We don't care.
We do not care." And he's like, "Well, I got jurisdiction." It's like, bitch, this ain't America. What are you talking about? Yeah. And then as soon as he put his hand on the shoulder, it was like, it was downhill from there. And
they're not even super soldiers.
Yeah, they beat his ass, and he was hurt. He was butt hurt. He's like, they weren't even super soldiers. Just like, you suck, dude. Like, I can't think of any fights that he truly won throughout this entire show. Except for, I guess, the guy he killed, now that I think about it. That's like the one fight.
The one guy he killed.
The one guy who was not a trained fighter and who was a teacher with superpowers, he did kill that guy.
Right. Did that guy even have superpowers?
Yeah, he was a super.
That's one of the guys who.
Yeah, he was one of the super soldiers.
Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the. He like I said, he was like a teacher. He wasn't like super like rah-rah guy. So yeah, and he was a fan of Cap and got killed by Cap, ironically.
Ironic.
Yeah, that was a good moment when he snapped and just that like after he killed the guy and he just stood there and he had that bugged out look on his face, like, say something. I want somebody to say something. I was like, oh man, Ryan Russell.
I'll do it again.
Yeah, like Ryan Russell is killing it right now. But I thought it was funny in that finale when he came in, he wanted to fight Carly, and then he immediately just got jumped by a bunch of super soldiers.
Oh yeah. Well, like my favorite part is when he's got his homemade shield, which I love. I love how well it turned out.
Yeah, because those memes were hilarious when it was just like what his shield was gonna look like, and then when you see it, it's like, oh, he actually did a decent job.
He did a good job until it gets hit once.
Yeah, then it's just like, oh right, it's his sheet metal.
I love when he throws it. She kicks it, it just hits the wall and falls.
Oh yeah, it didn't. Yeah, you're right. It didn't go into the wall. That's funny.
It didn't bounce back.
Oh man, that's fucking hilarious. That is funny. I was a little disappointed at how they handled his outcome. Like, I thought there was going to be a little more consequence for John, but then it's just like, nope, you're just U.S. agent now, and you're working with Elaine. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, going into that episode, honestly, when they were chasing Batroc and Carly into the
tunnel,
into the tunnels, I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna die, so we're not gonna get him showing up in other stuff. They're gonna kill him. He's gonna sacrifice himself, and that's gonna be his arc, I guess. His arc. He learned that what Captain America would do at the end of the day was sacrifice himself to save Bucky or Sam or anyone, save America.
Interesting point. Yeah.
And he didn't do that.
No.
In fact, that didn't happen.
No.
So I guess they subverted my expectation because he very, very much so came out of it just fine.
Just fine, yeah. When he did the trial,
got a new suit.
Yeah, it was like he lost his military benefits, but he didn't get court-martialed because he's his military record. He's white. And then he just gets a new job after the fact. And I like the new suit. It's the black with the red and the white. I'm interested to know what's up with what's her name? Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Yeah. Louis,
I'm not familiar with the character.
From what I saw, she's she's a minor Marvel Agents of Shield character. She's like an OG love interest for Nick Fury. And then like she's a very minor character. And then like recently they brought her back and she was like a triple agent. She was working with Shield, Hydra, and some other agency they had recently made up.
Right.
So in this, people were saying she's Madam Hydra, which in the comics she's not. That's a different character, but they might be merging the two.
Right. I mean,
they kind of
very likely that they.
Yeah.
Very likely that they are because I mean the Power Broker isn't Sharon Carter in the comics.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just get into that. Okay. So.
Yeah. Let's get into that completely obvious thing that they set up.
I was so disappointed with that. The whole time I'm talking about this show with one of my friends at work, and he's like, "I think Sharon's the Power Broker." I'm like, no, man, that's too obvious. Like, I get where you're coming from, but I was like, I don't think she is. And then we get to that last episode, and it's like, oh, she is.
She's like, I'm the Power Broker.
Yeah, she's like, I'm the Power Broker, bitch. I got government contracts now. Let's get it. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought we were gonna. Some people were like, maybe it's Kingpin, which would have been interesting.
That would have been cool.
Some people were like, it's for a second I was, Justin Hammer. I didn't see that one, but that would have been cool. For a second I was thinking maybe Julie Lane was, and they were just gonna.
Yeah, when she showed up originally, I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely her.
Yeah.
And then the end of episode 5, they basically just said it was Sharon.
When she called Backrock. Now see, yes, you're right. When she called Backrock,
which could be a double bluff in the series that she's trying to. Which is where I was kind of hoping it would go. I'm like, well,
that's what I was thinking.
All right, she's just evil now.
That's what I was thinking. She called Backrock. Initially, she called him to keep tabs on Carly, right? I thought she was doing it to keep tabs on Carly, but also to set up Backrock so Sam could capture him, because he didn't capture him at the beginning to make Sam look good. Like, that's kind of how I thought she was gonna like play it out, but apparently no. She just was keeping tabs on Carly because she hates super soldiers now because she got stood up by a super soldier or some shit. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I get her being upset, but then it's like 5 years and she's just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna be a international criminal.
Yeah.
Interesting.
International art thief and criminal and
yeah. I ruled this Mos Eisley Cantina City or whatever the fuck.
Right.
Mandripore, which is from the comics. I was like, yeah, I do remember. I remember that, so that was one of the elements that I was a little kind of down on. And like we talked before, Carly and the Flag Smashers, I did not give a single shit about anything they was crying about. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I did not care.
Yeah, I feel like maybe before COVID hit, because they had to stop filming about halfway. Mm-hmm. I feel like maybe beforehand they might have had a better story for her, and then maybe when they came back, they were just like, "Here's the new story because we don't have the
virus element,
the virus storyline anymore. So she's not really trying to help anybody."
Yeah,
or at least.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, because when I was rewatching that first episode and they fought them on the truck, they were stealing vaccines.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's right, they were stealing. And then it's like, her mom or the lady that helped raise her died, but they never really said what she died of, type of thing.
Right.
So I'm just like, oh, I kind of see now what they're saying with like they had to change certain things. So yeah, maybe that would have hit a little bit harder if they could have kept that element in. But like I said, I didn't care about the Flag Smashers. I didn't care about, I mean, I get the whole we were here and then things were a little bit better and then all these people come back, but then we were getting treated like shit type of thing. I get what they were kind of going for, a little bit of, the Palestine, Israel kind of stuff and the people getting, the haves and the have-nots thing. I get what they were going for. It just didn't mesh as well,
Right. I don't know if that's a story that can be told in 6 episodes or in one movie. That seems like, oh, if you're going to do a full season of a show, a full 20, 24 episodes, then sure. Yeah. It gives you plenty of time to flesh out all those characters and, get to know your villain. But
yeah, I guess that.
What what time we spent with her was constantly going back and forth between like, oh, she cares about everyone too. I'm going to blow up a building with 12 people inside who are only doing their jobs.
Right, because we got to show these people we're not fucking around.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the only language they understand.
Yeah, she was kind of speaking in sort of cliches, and I'm just like, all right. But I did like the bit with Sam, where they gave some development on Sam, where he's like, look, I'm a counselor. I know how to talk to people who's dealt with stress and PTSD. Let me try to talk to her. I like that element of it. And of course, John being an asshole, like, we gotta go in there. We gotta shut her down. I was like, dude, calm the fuck down. But
right.
Yeah, that stuff was good. But yeah, right. As soon as she blew up that building with the people, I'm just like, am I supposed to be sympathetic toward you now? Like, that didn't really help your cause.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you think of Sam's new Captain America suit from Wakanda?
I mean, it is comic accurate as comic accurate can be.
Right?
Looks great.
It looks really...
Although,
yeah.
I will say there's one thing that looks silly on it, and it's just comes up. It's the half cowl.
It's the half cowl, yeah.
Because I loved his suit, the Falcon outfit, the entire season, where it's just the goggles and everything else.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that could be changed on that costume, because everything else about it is fantastic.
Yeah, I would get rid of the half cowl and just keep the goggles like he was wearing. Yeah, I agree with that. But it looked way better than I thought it would in live action. Like,
yeah,
they really brought it with that one. I was like, wow, and the wings look nice. I like the 2 red wings. I hope he still has his guns, because that was like an element he had in Winter Soldier that he hasn't really used in a while. But I like that he
he didn't use them at all in this series.
Yeah,
he didn't have
he should bring those back, especially now that he's Captain America. And like he told Isaiah, he's like, shit, I could die. And I'm like, yeah, you could. You really could.
Yeah, you could.
You really could. What was the other thing in that episode? Yeah, he had that big speech where he was telling the politicians, like, y'all fucking suck, and you can get off your asses and do a little bit better. I like that. Some people hated the speech. I liked the speech. I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good speech. It's a little cliche here and there, a little ham-fisted, but I mean, I still think it's good. It's very Captain America, very Sam as Captain America, especially. It's a Captain America sentiment of like, I don't know what the right answer is, but you guys need to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, y'all the ones with the resources, right? Y'all the ones with the resources. Right. If you wanted to fix it, you really could, but you're dragging your ass. So fucking fix it. Or more.
I mean, the best line from that is like, when you're in those rooms making those decisions, who are you sitting across from? The people you're affecting, or more people like you?
Yeah, that's a good bit.
That's a great line.
That's a great line. And he's like, yeah, you can fix it, or you can lead to more people like Carly. It's like, it's up to you want these type of problems or not.
You don't want part 2.
Yeah, you want part 2. You don't want another fucking asshole with some magic stones fucking shit up again. So let's try to fix this shit. And I love the bit where after that, which was the thing that really made it for me, was when he goes back to Isaiah and they have their conversation, and Isaiah's kind of like, you might be a little bit special. He's like, I mean, you're not Malcolm or Martin or Mandela, but you might do a little something. And,
you're all right, Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, you're a decent guy, Anthony Mackie. You're cool, I guess. And I liked what was the line that Sam? He's like, he wants to make a difference. He's like, we built this country, we bled for it. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it, and not gonna let, and not after what everybody before me went through. That was a good line. That was a really solid line, and I felt that. And I love when he took Sam to the Smithsonian and showed him that he got like his little exhibit and statue at the Captain America Museum thing. That was a really good moment. Paying some respect on his name, acknowledging, it's just a way that like, sometimes like certain in the history of America, the black soldiers are usually forgotten, or their stories aren't acknowledged as much. And I get what that was kind of a sentiment for, and I really respected that they did that moment. That was a nice little moment.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm glad that Isaiah, he's a good supporting character, and I hopefully he'll be back in Captain America 4, because I love Kyle Lumley, aka Martian Manhunter, the best Martian Manhunter. Yeah, he's awesome. So those are like the main things I think I had to really talk about for the show. Anything else you want to mention?
I mean, we definitely covered all the broad strokes of it. I just want to say, as far as like a series goes, you wouldn't expect it to make any major changes that you wouldn't see on screen. I know Kevin Feige has said in the past, like, oh, you have to watch these to see changes. But then, you got WandaVision where from the beginning to the end, the only thing that changes is she got a new suit and she unlocked some powers.
Yeah,
which will play in the future, but ultimately the biggest change was just that she's stronger.
Yeah, she's stronger. She's got a Scarlet Witch code name, and she's got a new outfit.
Right. And there's White Vision out there.
Yeah, right.
This took risks. Like, genuinely, it made changes that are going to affect future things. I don't know if they're gonna keep the Flag Smashers in the series. I know they killed the super soldiers at the end of it.
Yeah. That was a good little bit.
But that guard who shut them in there, unless he was the one driving it, and he's like one people.
Oh yeah.
But there's a bunch of people out there who agree with the sentiment.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people who are still hanging on that app. Yeah, you're right.
And they might just drop it after this series, or it may be a season 2 if they get around to a season 2.
Yeah. I think that's who U.S. Agent might be dealing with, maybe,
Maybe that'll be a U.S. Agent series or a Thunderbolts series.
I can see that. A lot of people are saying Thunderbolts because you got U.S. Agent, you got Zemo,
right.
You got William Hurt is still Thunderbolt Ross. Who else is on that
Abomination.
team?
Abomination's coming back in the She-Hulk series.
Yep, She-Hulk series, yeah. So, yeah, they can lead Punishers there, I guess, if they bring Bernthal back. I don't know.
They should.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It took risks, though. It made changes that hopefully will stick around. I mean, making Sam Captain America when at the beginning of the series he gives the shield up, and at the end of the series they could have easily just been like, he's like, I'm still going to be Falcon because that's who I am.
That's who I am. Yeah, we're not going to bother. Yeah.
I don't need to be Captain America to make a difference.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But then it's like
they could have easily, right? Yeah. But they could have easily gone that route.
Yeah.
Been like, I don't need to be Captain America to make a difference. Bucky, you be Captain America.
Yeah, apparently that's what some people wanted. I don't fucking know, but
I don't want Bucky as Captain America because I didn't like him as Captain America in the comics.
Okay. I missed.
He didn't like being Captain America when he was in the comics.
Yeah, there's a reason why Steve eventually, even when Sam had the shield, eventually Steve got the shield back because that's right. That's who Captain America is. But like
status quo.
Yeah, status quo. Shit changes though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I guess that's the thing I'm saying about this series more so than the Netflix series that they've done or WandaVision is that a lot of people say like to compare them to the movies, it's a kid being able to play with his toys. Like you can play with the toys, but you have to put them back the way you had them.
Yeah, that's true.
This doesn't feel like they put them back where they had them.
Yeah, that was a good progression. Like, yeah, you're right. And like that bit at the end, which I didn't notice the first time, but it's like when it ends, instead of it saying Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it says Captain America in the Winter Soldier. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. That's fucking cool.
In closed caption, as soon as he shows up in the costume, it says Captain America. It doesn't say Sam anymore.
Yep, it does. It does. Yes. Yeah, that's awesome. So hopefully they'll actually do better than what they did in the books. 'Cause I know some people didn't like what they did with him in the books. I hadn't read it, but I know it was kind of a mixed bag of how they actually handled it. So hopefully the MCU will do a better job at it. So, but
I wonder if they're going to adapt Sam's Captain America stories from the comics, or if they're going to use some of the ones that the untapped stories from Steve.
See,
for
I
Sam.
was wondering the same thing. They might do a mix. I can totally see them just doing something from Steve and giving it to Sam.
I'll say it'd be awful, but like one of the bigger Captain America.
Don't say
it. I'm just saying. You know which one I'm talking about. It's the biggest Captain America story.
I might. Which one?
It's the assassination of Captain America.
Oh, okay. No, that's not what I was thinking.
No, not Hydra Cap.
Yeah, okay. No, I was thinking. I was thinking
if they do Hydra Cap, that's when they're going to bring Chris Evans back.
Evans back? Yeah. I was actually thinking werewolf cap. That's what I was thinking.
That'd be great. That would be awesome.
I was thinking of werewolf cap. I wasn't thinking of the set. But then again, they could, because Sharon's the killer in that one, and then this one she's bad. So they could probably mix it together and do. I could see that.
Give you a pseudo assassination essentially. Unless that's just how they're like, we're gonna move on to another Captain America, or we can't keep him around forever, sort of thing. But that would kind of be pretty ballsy to do an entire series and be like, hey, it's important that we have a black Captain America, and then just shoot him.
He gets assassinated like MLK. Ooh, that'd be a little rough.
Yeah, it would be. Marvel's smarter than that.
Yeah, I don't think Marvel. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
I'm just saying it's a big Captain America story, and they didn't adapt it at all. Which, obviously, how could you unless you want to kill that character off unceremoniously?
Well, I guess they sent them through time, but in a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But
we'll find out.
We'll find out. I'm excited to see the the new Cap movie. I'm happy that, once again, I'm just happy this MCU content is coming out, because when it wasn't gone for 9 months or so, a lot of people were trying to act like the MCU is dead, and I'm like, no, it's just they're in hiatus. What are you talking about? We just did Far From Home and Endgame. How are they dead? What are you talking? Like, people are trying to act like the MCU was dead. Oh man, this shit is dead now. There's nothing here, and I'm like, they haven't put anything out yet. Calm down.
I was like, bro, the whole world's dead right now.
Exactly. It's like, there's no content right now. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
The DCEU is dead because they're releasing the same movie for the third time.
Oh shit! Here we go. We're not here to talk about that.
I brought it in.
I was gonna avoid it. Okay, fuck it. Since you brought it up, let's go.
I'm not gonna.
Let's go. So remember when Zack Snyder's Justice League drops that Friday, or no, that Thursday, and then that Friday, the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier dropped? And people were trying to be like, oh, the 4-hour movie is better than this less than an hour episode, so the MCU is dead. Remember that dumb shit happened? Like, people were really trying to make that a thing. They was like, oh, the streams for Snyder Cut were higher than that first episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, that actually mattered, because it's the first episode of a series. You remember that, when that happened?
I do remember that, and they were wrong.
I
will say this series is better than that movie.
I enjoyed it more. I wish I've watched more than the other. Although I need to take out some time to watch that movie again. But yeah, I want to, just to give it a fair shot. But anyway, this silly shit. But yeah, so we're done. Crispy Man, let the people know where they can find you.
I'm at Quispy Man everywhere, CWISPY_MANN, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
All right, and I'm your boy Brogi Naric. Find me on all social medias, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram. I'm all there. Maybe not so much Twitch, but definitely TikTok. I'm starting that up. It's decent. But
blowing up on TikTok.
Yeah, kinda. But anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace.